Good morning, everybody. It's Matthew here. We're scuba diving this week, so we're going to show you what we've got going on here in Mabini. Now, roll that intro. Good morning, friends. It's a beautiful day here at Blue Ribbon Dive Resort in Anilao, Mabini, Philippines. We've had a magnificent time. Yesterday was our first day underwater, in the water, and I thought I would bring you a review of the Blue Ribbon Dive Resort. So let's take a look. Here's the training pool. But look at that. That's the real pool that everybody wants to have a chance to get in. Yesterday when we were out, we were having a magnificent time. We went out late yesterday over there in that cove. You can see right around that corner over there, there's a cove. So there's a beautiful coral reef. And we were able to see sea turtles, and we saw Nemo, clownfish, nudibranchs, and hopefully by the end of the week we'll be seeing pygmy seahorses. But this is a PADI 5-star dive resort. What does that mean? Well, you can be trained here. If you're coming here and you've never scuba dived before, this is a wonderful place to come get your training. Training begins here in this pool, very deep on this end, and of course you have a shallow step on this end. This is a wonderful place to begin your dive experience, to begin your dive education. They have a very educated dive instructor. We're working with a dive instructor by the name of Jeff. Jeff, thank you for being awesome. Everyone here has been awesome so far. But this is the training pool right here. And that's where all of the fun begins. Now, whenever you come, you say, well, can I bring my own gear? I would advise you to bring your own gear if you come, because as any dive resort, this one is extremely busy. They have a lot going on here, and they have a lot of visitors. So you'll see on the rack all of this scuba gear. Most of this belongs to other people. Ours is hanging up right here. We brought our own gear, and so at the end of the day, you have a drying rack for your scuba gear. You have a place to hang up everything at the end of the day. And you say, well, how do you keep it clean? Whenever you go out into the ocean, obviously you're going to get salt water on your scuba gear. Whenever we're out there, we're getting very salty. When you come in at the end of the day, you come in, all the staff are very helpful, and they help you get undressed right here on these benches. You got a place to sit. Very convenient for the divers, for us, whenever we come in. So kind of the process would be, if you're a new diver, you've never been educated on how to dive. I've dove a lot in the past, but I'm getting a refresher course while I'm here, because nobody wants to, sometimes we forget the essentials. So I'm getting a refresher course. My wife's getting her initial certification. And so we're going to be we're going to be advanced open water divers whenever we leave. But this is the pool where we're training at the beginning of the week. And of course you see up here, here's the beautiful lounge. And these are the decks. We have our own private porches up there to stay in, and here's a lounge area. But this is the training pool where you train. You spend a few days in there, but at the end of every day, you get to go out into the ocean and have a fun dive, an open water dive. And the benefit of being here in the Philippines, especially at Blue Ribbon, is you get the best of both worlds. Even if you're training in the pool, at the end of the day, they can take you to a quiet spot, a quiet cove like around the corner, where you can train in the open water. So you get the best of both worlds, even if you've never been a scuba diver. I believe this is probably the best place in the Philippines to get your, of course I'm prejudiced to this because we're here and we like it here, we love it here. And but we think this is one of the best places in the Philippines to get that education and to have your dive experience. There's many other places to dive. We're going to Scuba next week, and we'll bring you some highlights from there. But again, here's a dive rack where you have all of your gear. As you see here, they have the checklist to keep everybody safe as they're training. They have all the submersible marker buoys here to keep you safe as you come to the surface. Hopefully I'll be able to bring you more, or I will be bringing more footage from later on this week. But when you come in from the end of your dive at the end of the day, later on the boat will come up. Later on this morning, it's early this morning, we just got up, we're fixing to have breakfast. The boats, as you see, our boat is coming in right over there right now. See in the distance, that blue boat right over there is coming in, and it's fixing to dock right here. And that's the boatman coming in for the day. The first dive of the day here goes out at 9 o'clock. Earlier this morning there were a lot of people out fishing, and then the first boat's going to go out with scuba divers for the day. And then at the end of the day, everybody comes up this ramp. Couldn't be an easier place for you to get your experience and have your scuba diving. Everybody comes up this ramp. Then as you come up, you get undressed right here. All the gear is stored safely behind this locked door, so if you're like us and you bring your own scuba gear, which is very expensive, there's a safe place to store it at the end of every day. And as you're getting done for the day, you get undressed here. They have these nice benches. You say, well, how do I wash the salt water off of myself and off of my wetsuit? Well, you have to keep your gear clean. So for your BCDs and your wetsuits and your fins, these tanks will be full of fresh water whenever you come back. And you have a place to rinse your BCDs. You have a place to rinse off your wetsuits. And there again, you have a place to hang them all up at the end of the day. Well, what if you don't know how to do that? There again, this is a PADI 5-star resort, and they have people here to help you and to train you to how to do all of these things whenever you're first getting into scuba diving. Now, I'd like to show you where all they dive. There's tons of places to dive here. This entire list is where Blue Ribbon Dive Resort will take you. Again, you see from the Shark Cave all the way down to the Grotto Point. 40 different places to dive are on their dive list. Well, I hear people getting ready upstairs, getting ready for the day. The boat's getting ready to come in and dock for the morning. So I'm going to shut her down for now. I'm going to go have some breakfast, and the wife and I are going to be getting in the pool this morning for some more refresher work, and then later on this afternoon we're going to be heading back out there into the beautiful Philippine Sea for another amazing day of scuba diving. Yesterday we saw a sea turtle, some other amazing sea life, some clownfish. I saw some brain coral. The coral is absolutely beautiful. The sun is hot, as you can tell by my red face, so bring sunscreen. So for now, this is Matthew. I'm going to sign off, but I'll be bringing you some more footage from here later on this week. this is my instructor, Jeff. And this is my wife, Marielle. And this is Kuka.
Yes, classmate.
Yes, classmate. We've had a wonderful time this week getting our open water diver, advanced open water diver, and our nitrox specialty course. If you guys come see my buddy Jeff. He's the best instructor in the world. And you will have an absolutely wonderful time at Blue Ribbon Dive Resort in Ligaya?
Yeah, Mabini, Batangas.
Mabini, Batangas.
Popular, Anilao.
Oh,
You can search Anilao.
you can search it on Anilao. This is Matthew and Marielle from Paradise Found. We love you guys. Till next time, God bless. And be safe underwater. You've only got one life.